Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to the channel. Today is the first Take 10 Tuesday. Now this is going to be a new series for my channel so that on Tuesdays, don't know if it's going to be every Tuesday, but on Tuesdays, I'm going to take 10 items and use them on my page. Just so you understand some ground rules, the background paper, no matter what the background paper is, whether it's a sheet of cardstock, whether it is pattern paper, doesn't matter. This does not count towards my 10 items, okay? This is my ground rule, right? For the whole thing. So I have 10 scraps of paper. And as you guys know, my scraps are pretty large. And these are all from layouts that I have recently done. So I save them. I mean, to be honest, I had to pull a couple from the bin, but they are here, and I'm going to scrapbook with these 10 pieces of pattern paper. Now, next time I do a Take 10 Tuesday, it's not going to be pattern paper, it'll be 10 other things. So, every time there's a Take 10 Tuesday, it'll be 10 different things. So yeah, we're doing pattern or scraps of paper today. So, let's see what I can do. All right, guys, so this layout might start out as looking like a jumbled mess, but I don't think it finishes as a jumbled mess. Let me know if you think it's a jumbled mess or not. So I have these two triangle papers, and they're from the layout that I did yesterday. And for those papers, I distressed the edges. I decided I was not going to distress the edges this time, and I'm also placing it on top of that heart pattern paper, which might seem a little bit weird, but I'm going with it. I'm hoping that I'm not going to have an awkward gap, so I'm just working with it. Now, I am going to go ahead and mat my photos on two different pieces of pattern paper. That one photo there that I was twirling around is actually one of the construction walls in Epcot. And that's what that other photo is over on the left too, but it's just more of a gray construction wall. So I do want to document this, and I'm looking at the layout and I'm like, well, I need to put these photos on here somewhere. And it's feeling weird. So I decided to do a shelf. And I put that across the page horizontally. And I'm thinking, okay, like this, we're making things happen. So now I'm bringing in more layers of color. I'm trying to combat the fact that I have a super heavy amount of white cardstock showing on the right-hand side. I'm struggling with this because I've got so much pattern and so many colors going on that the white cardstock is just kind of like wham in your face, and that's not working for me. So I am going to eventually come up with the idea that I need to put something over here in the upper corner. So I have these two little pieces that had not made it into the bin yet from when I trimmed it down for the shelf. And I'm going to put that on there. And then I'm like, nope, I need more. There needs to be more up here. This just looks like, you know, some papers fell down and I didn't swipe them off. So I'm going to add more of the khaki colored bits as well. And I'm using my grid mat to line everything up so that I have nice, solid, straight pieces. And now I'm happier because there's not a whole heck of a lot of white space left on this layout. And that's perfect. Like, I did not need to have all that white space up there. Many, many, many layers of color. So now I'm going to think about things for a minute. And at first I was thinking, okay, I need to add something, but what the heck am I going to add? And then I remembered that this was during my solo trip, so it's got to have flowers on the page. So I thought, well, this little thing up here would be perfect to build flowers on. So I'm going to go ahead and put the flowers up there, and then I'm going to bring flowers down here as well. And then again, this is just reinforcing all of the various colors that I have going on the layout. Ultimately, though, I end up switching out my florals. I take these big ones and bring them down to the bottom here, and then I'm going to use that littler one up at the top. Now, I do cut off the leaves off of this floral because I have these leaves over here, and I felt like the leaves kind of competed with each other, and that didn't need to happen. So I pop up the yellow flower, and I'm liking what's going on, and then I have this little pink flower that I put over here as well. I just felt like it needed another little flower there. So I'm going to pop up this flower and put it over on top of that paper cluster that I have going on the right hand side of my layout. And I like how that looks. So I've got, it's weird because I have a diagonal line going from the left to the right, but my florals are in a diagonal line from the opposite side. So my diagonal is with the triangle is upper left to bottom right. My florals are bottom left to upper right. And then I grab some of those Nouveau, what are they? I never remember the name of them. The Nouveau glitter accents. They dry stupid fast, and I'm just dotting over top of the florals that already have dots there. So I pull out some of the snarky word phrases from Tim Holtz. I was hoping there was something snarky in there that would be appropriate, that I could layer on top of my paper layers over here on the right hand side. However, the snark was there, and it was hilarious, and I loved it, and a lot of things that are very applicable to me, but not here. So I go to the regular word phrases, and I find a good bunch that'll work, and I'm just going to put them all over here. So now I've got a bunch of words decorating my page along with all of the papers. So I definitely have all 10 of my Take 10 Tuesday things. I have all 10 scraps of papers represented here on the layout. And then I'm diving deep into my stash for these DIY thickers. And these were all the rage back in the day. And they're stickers with sticky on both sides. And you could press glitter into them. You could press seed beads into them. Any kind of thing that you could imagine you could press in. And I was looking for my glitter, but then I realized I don't have any glitter. And when I sat and thought about it, I was like, well, I mean, to be fair, I had one tube of glitter, and I think I got rid of it. So I'm using my mixed medium mat, and I'm putting down the letters that spell out progress, and I peel off the top layer of each of the letters, and I'm diving deep into my stash one more time. I end up finding some flock, and I'm pretty sure the flock is from Doodlebug. I've got a whole bunch of tiny jars of the stuff. So I take the white flock, and I'm just going to dump it over top of the letters, and then I just press it in so that it stays. So now that I've got that pressed in, my flock off to the side, I can start pressing down the letters onto the project. So I'm just going to spell out progress at the bottom here, and then I take my mixed media mat and dump the flock into the trash. I'm not worried about that amount of flock. It's not going back into that tiny, tiny little jar. It's just not worth it to me. So there it is, you guys. The first Take 10 Tuesday with 10 scraps of pattern paper. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know if you like the premise behind the series, if you're looking forward to the next Take 10 Tuesday. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.